Episode 1: How Plant Poisons Work. Welcome to Pete's World of Poisonous Plants. In this mini-series, we're diving into the science behind poisonous plants. In today's episode, we're asking a simple but vital question. How exactly do these toxins work once they enter the human body? To understand this, we need to remember that every plant toxin is a chemical weapon evolved over millions of years. Plants can't run away, so chemistry became their defense. Some toxins are designed to stop an insect chewing a leaf, others to deter grazing animals, and a few are strong enough to affect humans, even in tiny doses. Let's start with one of the biggest groups, the alkaloids. These are nitrogen-based compounds, often bitter-tasting, and many act directly on the nervous system. A famous example is atropine, found in deadly nightshade, or Atropa belladonna. Atropine blocks acetylcholine, one of the body's key neurotransmitters. That means signals between nerves and muscles are disrupted, leading to dilated pupils, increased heart rate, and at high doses, hallucinations and coma. Another alkaloid, morphine, comes from the opium poppy. Morphine works very differently. Instead of blocking signals, it mimics natural endorphins in the brain, reducing pain, but also creating a powerful sense of euphoria. This is why it remains both an invaluable medicine and a substance with high addiction potential. And then there's strychnine, derived from the seeds of the strychnos tree. It acts on the spinal cord, blocking inhibitory signals. In small doses, it causes intense muscle spasms. Historically, it was even used in tiny amounts as a performance enhancer, but in higher doses, the spasms become so severe they can be fatal. Now let's move to another important family of toxins, the cardiac glycosides. These compounds primarily affect the heart. The best-known example is digoxin, extracted from the foxglove plant. Cardiac glycosides interfere with the sodium-potassium pump, a molecular machine that helps control heartbeat. At the right dose, they strengthen contractions of a weak heart, making them life-saving medicines. But if the dose is too high, the same compound can trigger irregular rhythms and cardiac arrest. Oleander, another plant rich in glycosides, is particularly dangerous because all parts of the plant are toxic. Even chewing a single leaf can cause severe nausea, vomiting, and potentially a fatal collapse of the heart's normal rhythm. Then we have the terpenes, one of the largest groups of natural products in plants. Terpenes can have many effects. Thujone from wormwood affects the brain's gamma-aminobutyric acid or GABA receptors. This leads to overexcitation of nerve cells, causing tremors and, at high levels, convulsions. Historically, thujone was wrongly blamed for the supposed madness caused by absinthe, but it still illustrates how these compounds can interfere with brain chemistry. On the other side of the spectrum is Taxol, originally isolated from the bark of the Pacific yew tree. Taxol interferes with the microtubules inside cells, the scaffolding that cells need to divide. By freezing these structures, Taxol prevents cancer cells from multiplying, which is why it has become one of the most important chemotherapy drugs of the modern era. Another fascinating toxin is ricin, found in castor beans. It works by halting protein synthesis inside cells. Just a few molecules are enough to shut down the machinery of life itself, making ricin one of the most lethal substances known. What all these examples have in common is precision. Plant poisons don't attack the body randomly. They target critical processes, the nervous system, the heart, or the cell's inner workings. They evolved not for our benefit or our harm, but as a way for plants to survive in a world full of hungry herbivores. For humans, though, these toxins are double-edged swords. On one hand, they can cause devastating illness. On the other, they have become vital medicines. Foxglove gave us digoxin, yew gave us Taxol, and the poppy gave us morphine. Each discovery has advanced not only medicine, but our understanding of biology itself. Today, we can analyze these toxins down to the molecular level. We know the shape of the molecules, the receptors they bind to, and the precise way they interfere with life's chemistry. Yet despite centuries of research, new discoveries are still being made. Plants continue to surprise us with new compounds, new toxins, and new possibilities. So the next time you see a foxglove in the hedgerow or a cluster of deadly nightshade berries in the woods, remember, inside those plants are molecules that can stop a heart, paralyze a body, or, in the right context, save a life. The science behind poisonous plants is not just a story of danger, but also a story of discovery. Thanks for joining me for this first episode. Stay tuned for the next, where we'll look at how poisons have been turned into medicines throughout history.